All right, Shalom. Start this lesson first and foremost. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honor to our elders, apostles, great millstone, and rule well, and push that 100% truth and true sincerity. And shalom to the old for legs carry across the four winds. Lord willing, this lesson be edifying. And this is an article from Fox News. It says RFK Jr., which is Robert F. Kennedy Jr., said on Tuesday that it is his vision that every American is wearing a wearable within 4 years. And the title real quick, it says RFK Jr. to encourage Americans to use wearable tech to track their health. And we know what this is ultimately going to lead up to, and that's the way that Esau does it. He tries to throw something at you to like it's going to benefit you or it's going to do something good for you. That's how Esau moves. That's just how he is. And we know that this wearable device is ultimately going to lead up to the C-hip. This right here is the ushering into the C-hip. This right here. It says he made the comments regarding devices like smartwatches, smart rings, because this is what they use to get you used to it. You're already using your smartwatches. You're already using your smart rings and fitness trackers. You're used to those things. So when they, for example, when they try to persuade people to take the C-hip, they're going to say, oh, it does this for you. It does that for you. It's just like your Fitbit, but it's in your body. That's something that Esau will say. But continuing on, it says fitness trackers to the members of Congress, adding the Department of Health and Human Services is about to launch one of his biggest advertising campaigns in HHS history to encourage Americans to use wearables. Kennedy said during a hearing before the House Committee on Energy and Commerce Subcommittee on Health Wearables are a way people can take control of their own health. Yeah, right. They can see, as what food is doing to their glucose levels, their heart rates, and the number of other metrics as they eat. See, that's how they persuade to you. They try to make it seem like it's something good, it's something beneficial, it's something that's going to help you. And this right here, if you take this device, if you take the C-hip, which is the motb, the mark of the beast, which is a C-hip that's implanted, if you take that, you're through. There's no coming back from that. It says, and they can begin to make good judgments about their diet and their physical activity, about the way that they live their lives. Now, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16, because we see where this is leading to. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that mark is the charagma, which I'm going to get. I have the BLB open up. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So without getting this C-hip, you're not going to be able to function in Esau society. You're not going to be able to do nothing in Esau society without getting that C-hip. But those who trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshai, we trust in the Lord. We ain't worried about that. We don't need no C-hip. We don't need that to survive in this society. Because we know that the Lord going to take care of us. The scriptures tell us, and numerous scriptures, how the Lord going to take care of his elect. My servants shall eat. My servants shall drink. Roughly paraphrasing. But I want to get that word mark in Revelation chapter 13 real quick. Let's get that word mark. Which is charagma. It says a stamp and imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the follower of anti-Mashiach. The mark branded upon horses, things carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images. So if you take this C-hip, if you take this mark, the motb, which is the C-hip, if you take it, that's you showing that you're down with the society. That's you showing that you're down with what Esau's doing. You're down with transhumanism and all these other things. If you take the C-hip. And I want to go into that root word, which is karax. It says a pale or a stake, a palisade or a rampart, pale between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together. This is the device that they're going to use to implant the C-hip in you. That's the device that they're going to use to implant that C-hip, man. But it's just like a farmer that has his cattle. For farmers to tell the difference between what's theirs and what's the other farmers is, they will brand their cattle. They will mark their cattle up, and okay, this is how I know this is my cattle. This is my property. By you taking that C hip, that's you saying that you're property of Esau's. You're Esau's property. Well, let me see if I can grab that real quick. With the slave master. Yes, Deuteronomy chapter 15. Where can I start from? Let me see what the one in Exodus says too. I believe it's this one. Yes, it's Exodus 21. It's the book of Exodus chapter 21, verse 6. Well, I'll start at verse 4. I'll just start from the top, just for edification's sake. Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy a Hebrew servant, 6 years shall he serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons and daughters, and the wife and the children, and the wife and her children shall be her masters, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. Then his master shall bring him unto the judges, and he shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. So basically, that's, if you take that C-up, that shows that you're down with society, your property Esau. So when the Lord comes back, you're going to be unrecognizable because you took that mark, man. Next precept that I want to grab, let me close these out, is the book of Revelation. Well, let me grab this one first. Well, I'll grab this. Yeah, Revelation chapter 16, verse 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the man which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. So for those who take that C-hip, you're going to have a grievous sore. You're going to be able to tell who has a C-hip because you're going to have a grievous sore. And no, there's no being able to put the C-hip in you and take it out. It does not work like that. There's a judgment for taking that C-hip ultimately. If you submit to that C-hip, it's a judgment for it. You're going to get grievous sores. And not only are you going to get grievous sores, but ultimately, the Lord's going to destroy you. Because you taking that C-hip, that's you choosing your side. That's you saying you don't need the Lord. That's you saying that you trust in Esau. That's you showing that you love Esau. You trust in Esau. You trust in his society. You trust in his technology. By you taking that C-hip, that's you submitting to Esau. So, you want to submit to him, you're going to go down with him. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. You want to be down with the society, you're going to go down with the society. And we all know that Babylon, which is America, is going to get destroyed by thermonuclear fire from those intercontinental ballistic missiles. Those warheads are going to hit America, and this place is going to be set on fire. Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9. I'll start at 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all the nations drink of her wine, of the wrath of her fornication. Yep, this place is going to fall. Babylon is fallen, it's going to fall, man. This place is going to be inhabitable. There's no phoenix rising out the ashes, man. Fuck out of here with that shit. Verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So that's your judgment for taking that C-hip. You're gonna bask in that fire, man. Go look at that Terminator movie. I believe it was Terminator with Sarah Connor on the gate. Go look at that movie. You want to take that C-hip? You want to be down with Esau society? Your end judgment is you getting burnt up, man. Burnt alive. And this just came to me through the Spirit. Let me grab this right quick too. Ezekiel 9:4, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And that mark is the Tawah, the mark of exemption. Although on Ratzazah we part of the elect, we get that mark of exemption, man. And to the rest of the people that take that seal, that take it, they're gonna get destroyed. Simple as that, man. Because only the elect is crying out for the abominations that's being done. Only the elect is crying out for the things that's going on, man. Once again, Slakia. Once again, they're trying to bring the wearable device. You know, and we know where that's leading to, man. That's leading to the C-hip, the motb, which is going to be implanted using the Karax. It's going to be implanted into you. And once that's in you, through. There's no coming back from that. You know, Lord one's lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to our elders, apostles, a great millstone, and rule well, and push out 100% truth and truth sincerity. And shalom one to the old elect scattered across the four winds. Lord one's lesson was edifying.